Welcome to another connection here on TKO8 Television. I'm Dennis King. My co-host Tabitha Odegaard could not be with me today. She had to do her regular job and fill in for another employee there, so she'll be back with us next week. But we're glad you joined us today. Obviously on Connection, we come in each week and talk with different organizations, different individuals about what's going on around our viewing area, what's important to you. It's right in this 6-county area that we broadcast in, and those things and those organizations, you may have associated yourself with them at some point in time, or you may need them in the future. So we hope that we bring good information to you. We're going to take a quick break and be back in a moment with a lady who's going to talk about one of the organizations right here.
Connection is brought to you in part by Ben Eddings Auto Group, where you're a customer once and a friend for life.
Ben Eddings Auto Group in Harrison, Arkansas is your destination for a new or pre-owned car. Did you know that shopping for a car or truck can be a positive experience? Meet the professionals at Ben Eddings, where service and satisfaction are more than just words. See for yourself why so many people in the Ozarks keep coming back to Ben Eddings for all their auto and truck needs, including maintenance and service.
Ben Eddings Cadillac, Buick, and GMC, where you're a customer once and a friend for life.
Start spinning, twisting, and pumping into a healthy lifestyle 24 hours a day at the Fitness Club. With all of the best equipment and personal trainers, you're ensured a workout that's fun, effective, and motivating. At the Fitness Club, you can enhance your glow, relax your mind, and refresh your body all in one convenient location. So what are you waiting for? Start spinning, twisting, and pumping your way into a new you today. Enhance your lifestyle and reach your goals at the Fitness Club, Highway 6265 North in Harrison.
Our first guest on the show today is Alana Walls. And Alana, first time I think you've been on the show with us. Is that correct? Thanks for, actually we kind of met up off-site and we got to talking a little bit, and it was interesting what you were telling me. I'm going to let you say, exactly the name of the organization that you work for.
Okay, I work for the Arkansas Department of Career Education, Rehabilitation Services. Now that is rehabilitation from a disability that may have been a birth disability or a life accident, and we are all about putting people to work. We assist in all types of training.
Your particular organization is under what overall organization in the state?
Arkansas Rehabilitation Services.
Okay, so you fall under that.
Yes.
Okay. There's so many different state organizations, DHS and all these different ones, and they all kind of the umbrella at the top, and then they filter down. So I was curious what the top of the umbrella was for your
Department of Education.
Department of Education. Very good.
Workforce Services. Excuse me. Workforce Services.
Okay. What's your position there? What?
I am a business relations representative. I am to partner with employers in the community, be it a large factory, industrial setting, or the smaller home, I call them mom and pop home-owned businesses. I try to inform them on the positive aspects of hiring people with disabilities. It's a pretty interesting work.
So do you actually do you set up appointments and go meet with employers in the area?
Yes, I do.
Now, are you just responsible for, let's say, Boone County, or do you cover different counties? Or
I have Boone, Baxter, Carroll, Marion, Van Buren, and Searcy, and some of Van Buren County.
Okay. So you have a pretty good size area here to cover under your umbrella there. Then, your organization. How do you get your clients? How does people come in and be a part of your?
Through mostly word of mouth. Someone may have a disability. They may have a prosthetic They may have hearing problems, vision problems. They come in, and if they have a documented disability, this can also be a psychiatric disability, something that prevents them from working, entering the workforce, having left the workforce and re-entering the workforce, or maintaining their employment. They have to be determined eligible through a step-by-step process. And at that point, once they have been determined eligible, they receive the training that they need in order to, as I said, re-enter, enter, or maintain their employment.
So you, in essence, what you're doing is you're screening these individuals, obviously, to see the needs and what their abilities are already, I assume. And then once you've done that, then you have, I guess, a network of employers out there that have agreed to be a part of the program. Okay, what's it in for the employer? What do they get extra for this?
What do they get? They get an employee who is wanting to work. They get an employee who is conscientious, who is on time. They are dependable. They do not miss a lot of work, and it requires very, very little for an employer to employ people with disabilities. There's also a work tax credit that employers get that benefits smaller businesses, but the larger businesses also benefit from it. They have one lump sum of discount tax credit from the earnings that they pay out, and then it goes down like a sliding fee scale. But there's a tax credit.
So it's enough, other than the fact that what you're saying is these employees out there that are re-entering or perhaps entering the workforce that have some type of disability, being a good employee, the employer, the incentive again for them is that they do get some tax credit off, which makes it worthwhile for them. Not that the employee wouldn't be the main reason that they want to hire that person, but it's also kind of a offside incentive that they can have.
There is a certain risk that employers, a perceived risk that employers face regarding our assistance that we give an employee who might have a disability. There might be a job share situation where this man has done this job for 15 years and Human Resources has decided to train this person with a disability, and you might have to deal with a little bit of a morale issue in there, but that is a very minor issue. Once people become informed of what people with disabilities can do, they're more accepting, and the people around them say, this guy's pulling his weight, everything's going good. Now, we have a program that I'm very impressed with. It's called the RAVE program. It's Retaining a Valuable Employee. If there is an employee that a company has, and say they have had an accident and they want that person back, and they're wanting to retain that employee because they've been outstanding. These accommodation specialists within the RAVE program can come in and they can do a job analysis and see what that client is going to need to maintain their employment. It might be that an accountant has a vision problem. He or she can no longer see their screen as effectively. The RAY program will step in and provide what is needed in order for that employee to maintain their job. Now, the benefit to the employer is they will not have retraining experience. They won't have to get another person acclimated to their surrounding, and it's just a tremendous benefit.
It's much smoother for the
employer. It's cost effective
for them.
One of the things that I don't think that people, the general public, are aware of is that there is a return on investment within hiring our clients. The National Rehabilitation Association, federally funded. I may be wrong on that, I apologize. There are federal funds that are generated and distributed to the states, and the states are responsible for using those funds to help train. Now, once you have someone who may be receiving SSDI or SSI, they're wanting to go back to work. They want to be productive members of our society. And that's what we do. We train them so that they themselves can get back out in the workforce. That money that they make, the taxes that they pay, is regenerated into that federal pot, into that federal money pot.
Wow. Well, we got a couple minutes left here. That's very interesting. I did not realize that well, there's a lot of different programs. I didn't realize that this program. So you have had good success. Most employers out there like to get involved in the program.
We have some employers here. There are federal contracts because the ADA, Americans with Disability Acts, was just a landslide civil rights law. And there are contracts, federal contracts, that you have to have a certain number of people with disabilities. There's an organization or a business here in town that hires people with disabilities. And then there are others
that did. Okay. Very interesting. Well, we really appreciate you coming in today and explaining this. If someone had a question, like say word of mouth is a lot the way you get a lot of your clients, who would they call, and give me a phone number?
Well, you could call our county office, Arkansas Department of Career Education Rehab Services, at 870-741-7153.
Okay, and you're located?
715 West Sherman.
Okay.
In that office complex
there. Okay, easy.
And we're at the very, very back.
Okay, so find it down. Very good. Well, Elena, we appreciate you coming in today, and I know you're on vacation. You even came in on your vacation time.
No, that's fine.
Well, we appreciate it very much, and very interesting. I'm glad you came in, and we'll stay in touch. And as we go forward, if you have changes in your program, please give us a call, and we'll have you back on the show and explain to the public what's going on. Sounds like great work and a great opportunity for those people out there that may be trying to get back in the workforce, or if you've got a disability of some type, give them a call, and they'll tell you if you're eligible or not, and they'll give you some guidelines, and then you go through a kind of a clearing process. Thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate it, and look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you.
Stay with us. We'll be back on Connection in a moment. We have another lady that's going to talk about the Boone County Library.
Connection is brought to you in part by Ben Eddings Auto Group, where you're a customer once and a friend for life.
John and I enjoy the trips to see the kids and grandkids, and now more than ever, we needed something comfortable to drive. When we need a car, we head to Ben Eddings Auto in Harrison, Arkansas. We selected a beautiful Cadillac CTS with style, spacious comfort, and safety features that both of us fell in love with. When our car needs maintenance, Ben Eddings always has unrivaled, professional, friendly service that we truly appreciate.
Ben Eddings Cadillac, Buick, and GMC, where you're a customer once and a friend for life.
Books are an important part of your life, and when you go to Books on the Square, you'll find books that will not only be informative, but books that will take you away. Books on the Square now has 2 locations on the south side of the Harrison Square. Books on the Square carries fiction books, books on CD, lots of westerns, and books full of mystery. Books on the Square, too, next to Deb's Frames and Things, has your nonfiction favorites, religious, historical, and even cookbooks. Take a stroll down the south side of the square and visit both Books on the Square.
Back on Connection here on TKO8 Television. I'm Dennis King. My co-host, as I mentioned, Tabitha Odegaard, couldn't be with me today, so I'm kind of running solo, and I got a lot of women in here, so I don't know if I can handle the odds here very well, but so far so good. We do have 2 ladies in with us from the Boone County Library today. Ginger Schonenberger.
Perfect.
Get it? And Teresa DeVito. That was easy. DeVito Restaurant?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks for coming in, ladies, on a short notice. I called Ginger Milan, and Ginger said, well, I can't. I've already got plans, but I've got 2 people that I think I can get to come in. So you got picked.
Yes, we did get picked.
That's right.
Yes,
well, that's great. It's good to have you. You do a lot of things at the Boone County Library. I get these library news notices every month, and have for years since we've had the station here. We've always been one of your in-kind sponsors and do all kinds of ad stuff for you. And it seemed like over the years, it builds and builds and builds. You have some great programs down there. I mean, you really do. I know a lot of people really look forward to what's going on at the Boone County Library.
Yes,
and for the size town, I've lived a lot of other places. I grew up here, and we didn't have quite the library when I was going to school here that we do today. But we have a very good library for the size community that we have here in Harrison. So congratulations. I've been to others that were not quite as professional and didn't have all the different programs that you guys offer.
Well, we try and be cutting edge. You know, we need to be with all of the other avenues that you can use to read books or get any type of audio or visual. We really need to be at the top of the market in that aspect.
Well, it's changed, hasn't it?
It's changed.
Electronics has changed everything. So it's changed the library, obviously. But the thing about the library, although you still have your traditional books, you've got the other avenues there that they can use. You might just talk about that just a little bit.
Yes, we do. We have over 10,000, possibly 11,000 titles for ebooks, and that is on an overdrive, and we're in a consortium with 17 other libraries. So anything that they purchase is also available for our patrons as well. So again, we have numerous titles, and it's not only but it's also they're going into the movies now, streaming the movies, and also audiobooks.
Wow.
So we have a lot.
And if somebody, you know, although most people, I'll say most people, a lot of people have computers or access to computers, but you also have access to computers for people that may need to use a computer but can't afford one or have one.
Oh, absolutely. We have, right now we have, let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 13 computers downstairs for the public, as well as the children's departments have their own, as well as the young adults.
Right.
But we also lend out Kindles, which are the e-readers, and they are already preloaded with some of the up-to-date titles, New York bestseller titles.
Very nice.
And we also have audiobooks. We have a really good selection of audiobooks. All of our videos, you can rent a DVD, no cost.
Wow.
It's a free cost, and I do everything I can to make sure we have all the very new titles for those as well.
What's the cost these days to get a library card?
It's free. You do not need. Yes, you're not charged.
Free is the best.
That's right. Free is the best. And we used to charge for replacement cards, but we don't charge any longer. We've just done away with that policy. And so if you wash your library card and it gets destroyed. Well, there you
Come
go.
back, you'll get another one.
You can get a free one.
Okay, well, we've got a little bit of time, but I want to make sure we go through this. Why don't you just kind of go through a few things, and then we want Teresa to talk about some of the kids' programs.
Yes.
So maybe just hit some of the things coming up in
Well,
July.
we have one of our really big things that we have is Stephen Foster. He's the author of the Peterson's Field Guide to Medicinal Plants and Herbs. He's going to be coming and speaking at the library on Tuesday, July the 8th at 5 p.m. And he is extremely popular. And again, if you want to find some way of healing an upset stomach or a headache, he has this book that will be able to show you how to do it naturally, to take care of those ailments naturally.
Nice.
Yes, so we're very excited to have him. And again, that's at 5 o'clock on July the 8th on Tuesday, and it'll be upstairs in our large meeting room.
Okay, one question there.
Sure.
Will he have this book there to sell, or do you have to go to some bookstore somewhere?
You know, I'm really not sure about that.
I bet he will. Usually they do have.
Yes, normally the authors do bring some books along with them.
Right.
But we do have the book that is available to check out.
Very good.
And again, if for some reason that the book is checked out and you just don't want to wait for it, I can always purchase a second copy of that, so that way we will have more availability.
Okay.
On that.
Okay.
And so he's very popular. And again, if you want to learn to do things naturally, that's the perfect place to come on July 8th on Tuesday at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
And then the next thing we have is the Buffalo River. You know, they're partners with us, and they come every month and they do something different every month. And this month they're coming and talking about bats. His name is Chuck Biting, and he's going to be talking about the white nose syndrome in bats here in the Ozarks.
Yeah, we've heard a little bit about that on the news, national news coming through here.
Yes.
The issues with that.
Yes, so he is coming again. He's just going to be talking on Tuesday, July the 22nd at 5:30, again upstairs in the meeting room. And we have another really wonderful program, an art lesson from Phil Milan. He is actually Ginger Milan's husband, and he's a teacher over at the high school. And he is going to be coming and doing an art project with us that's called tessellation. And what it is you can take a figure, any type of figure that you want. It could be a horse, it could be a bat, it could be whatever. And it's where you have absolutely no voided spots in that artwork. It's completely filled in by this one subject. So you take the horse or whatever, and you move it around and you draw it, and it just turns out to be an incredibly beautiful, colorful picture. And he's doing that on the 11th of July at 10 a.m.
Sounds exciting.
Now you do have to sign up for that one.
Okay.
Okay, so sign up is required for that one. And then the last thing that I have to inform you is that on our mezzanine in the library upstairs is we have the Photography Club of the Ozarks. There's 40 members involved, and anyone 18 and older can join, and they just display their art, the photography that they've taken, and it's amazing. So if you're interested in seeing something like that, please head on down to the library. It will be there the entire month of July.
Very good. Okay, now we're going to let Teresa talk about children's stuff.
Yes.
Go right ahead.
Well, we're excited. We had a little change. We were having Chug Spies come in and talk about geology, but he's having to have surgery, so we had to change a little bit. We have one of our own workers, Sydney Austin, coming in, and she's going to demonstrate some karate that she is taking, and she's going to have a spar partner.
Okay.
So we're looking forward to that. And then on the 9th, we are fortunate enough to ask Judge McCorkindale, and he agreed to come in. He's going to read some stories for us, and we'll have a craft after him on the 9th, and that's at 10 o'clock. And we also have movies every Wednesday in the children's department at 1 o'clock. The next one will be Osmosis Jones. That is on the 9th. And we just turn the lights off in the children's department and lay around on the floor and watch movies. It's really fun for the kids.
Nice,
yeah, we love it. Yes, it's wonderful. Yes. Parents can go downstairs and look at books and everything, and their kids are safe with us upstairs. We have also team projects going on. And it will be sidewalk chalk, tie-dye t-shirts. They have a lot. That's from ages 9 to 17. And those are on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2:30. And Sandy Williams does an excellent job with her teen program for us.
Okay.
So,
nice.
and we just, every Tuesday and Wednesday, we have something spectacular for our kids. We really want them to be involved in reading. So we have our summer reading program going on right now, where the kids read. They get prizes weekly, and then we have an awesome grand prize winning at the end of the month, at the end of the program. So
let me ask you a question on the kids. Does the parent or guardian have to stay there during that program with them? Can they leave them there and go and come back? How do you
Well, the summer reading program, they just really come in and check in with us. We log in, but now if they wanted to, they can go downstairs, whatever. They don't have to be right there with the child.
Okay. Because it'll last a certain amount of time.
An hour. It lasts 1 hour.
1 hour. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Very good.
And we really prefer that they really not leave their children, because even though we're trying to be conscious of their students, of the children, it's really hard for us to watch everybody.
Sure.
So for their own safety, we would prefer that they stay with them.
I would have thought so,
Yeah.
but I just wanted to ask
Yeah.
to make sure. Okay. Any other? We got about 3 minutes. You want to talk about anything else at the library coming up?
Oh, we have the lyric cast of Oliver going to be performing for us, which we're all looking forward to. They did it last year with their production, and this year is Oliver, and so we're really excited about that. The U.S. Corps of Engineers Water Safety Program.
That's a big
they're going
thing.
to be
The Corps puts on those safety programs. That's good.
They do. Yeah. Home Depot comes in, and they're going to be doing a building project with the children. Which so we'll have our Band-Aids ready, I'm sure, with smash thumbs or something. But we just have a great time up there. We love all the they become family to us. These kids, we see them grow throughout the years.
So each week, what days now do you have?
Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. We have something going on
for the kids.
Yes,
all those 3 days every week.
Yes, every week.
It changes up, I'm sure.
Yes,
and obviously, Ginger, the major programs each month you try to have different programs, because I've seen some really nice programs come through there, and exhibits and whatever. And so if they don't get the newsletter, they can, I guess, go online and look at that, right?
They can go to BooneCountyLibrary.org, and they can request to be put on our mailing for email. For our newsletter.
Okay.
And or they can call us at 870-741-5913, or they can stop by at 221 West Stevenson.
Any of those.
Any
to find
of those.
out all the things that you do at the
Yes.
Boone County Library.
Yes.
Well, we
again, this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh, I know. You do all kinds of things.
Yes.
Not only are you a library, but you're an information center.
Yes, we are.
For all of these for adults and kids, and just a great place to hang out.
Yes,
what better than the library to
absolutely.
hang out. Well, congratulations. Seriously,
thank you.
I've heard a lot of accolades about the Boone County
Thank
Library,
you.
and I've been other towns, bigger and smaller, and this is a very good library. If you haven't been to the Boone County Library, it's your library. Go down there. Go in and see these ladies and talk to them. If you have a question, or if you're looking for something, well, they'll help you, because they know. Most of them have been there for quite a while, and they can certainly have the resources to take care of whatever you need. Thank you both for coming in. We really appreciate it. And tell Ginger Milan that you substituted very well today.
She missed out.
She missed out. She missed out. We covered everything. Thank you both very much. We do appreciate it. We hope you enjoyed Connection this week. We try to bring you information each and every week. We have a new show every Tuesday, and we run that show a couple times a day. We also stream it to our website. So check it out. I think you'll like the information, and all the people that come in here, it's really their show, not our show. It tells about what they're doing and how they're helping the community and around the area that we broadcast in. We appreciate you joining us on Connection. Till next time, Dennis King, we'll see you.